What is going on, guys? Frankie Bones here for another episode here. As you can see today, we are going to be spending some time in Los Santos on GTA 5. Again, in future episodes, we're going to be doing just one game per episode. I know the first time I just wanted to mix some things up and add in a couple of different games that I'm going to be interested in recording. So here we're going to hit the ground running with some GTA. So without further ado, I'll get us into what we're going through here in the gameplay. So first of all, I'm here in the Nightclub, which is down by the airport. There's multiple different nightclubs that you can have, and that'll be a theme throughout some of what we're talking about here. But as you can see, this is a computer where you can access all the main systems that you're going to need to handle when you're managing your nightclub. So from nightclub management, resident DJs, you can pick out DJs to help increase popularity, as well as a warehouse management, which we're looking at now. As you can see, we'll get into this a little bit later, but you can hire people to create passive income through your nightclub that you'd eventually be able to sell, which you can see here on this screen. I don't have anything going at the moment, as sometimes this can rely on the supply of goods that you have in your other businesses. But again, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But again, here with the upgrades, sometimes they can be really important to help increase production, or whether it be increase security. Staff as well can be a big help. And some of the other businesses that we're going to cover here in a little bit, it's really important. But I just have those couple of upgrades here on the nightclub. Really important to keep your popularity up here. After you start up your nightclub, you'll be able to do some VIP missions, which will show up as blue dots. And when you enter the nightclub, those will pop up as blue dots like I'd mentioned. As soon as you help these people out, it'll help increase popularity in your nightclub. A quick and easy way to keep that up to 5 bars, and ultimately bring in that 50k per period that you're looking for, which will be stored in your wall safe. Here, looking over at the map of Los Santos, all the things that appear as orange are going to be your own properties. So here I selected the bunker, which we're going to get to in a little bit later, as we fly off in the fancy flying car, the Deluxo. And again, we'll get to the bunker in a little bit here. These are just a few of the businesses that I have. I'm not quite as advanced as my friend that I always play this game with, as well as some of you guys if you're watching here. Relatively new to GTA 5 in the online space, so just sharing some of my experiences that I have here. So for the second business that we're going to talk about is the Motorcycle Club, which is just like the nightclub, an extremely essential part of your GTA Online experience in terms of making money, as well as playing with friends. The MC is a perfect way to be able to invite your friends when they join your lobbies, and go on co-op missions as well, whether it be selling, whether it be resupplying your goods. You'll be able to access this from a co-op menu with a friend. So talking about the Motorcycle Club in general, here I'm walking over to the desk. Similarly with all these other businesses, your computer or your laptop is where you're going to be accessing all of your main functions of that particular business. So as you can see here, as we fire it up, looking on the computer, really from this computer here in your Motorcycle Club, all that you can really do is check out the businesses that you own. So you can see here on the left, I have the Weed Farm and the Meth Lab, as well as look at the other tab over to the right, where you can buy businesses. Like I had mentioned a little bit earlier, there are multiple locations that people are able to choose when they're going through. I most of the time picked some of the cheaper ones, as it was a struggle a little bit early on to collect some money, which now isn't quite as difficult. So I definitely could look to upgrade these, but that's just what you do on that computer. And this will allow you, again, if you just go to your Motorcycle Club, you're driving or flying or whatever, you can check the levels that your businesses have accrued to this point, so you don't have to fly all the way over or drive all the way over if that's the case, to check on your supply and see if it's ready to sell. You can just come to the Motorcycle Club, although you can't sell from here. It's a good way to tell just what your stock is looking like, and sort of help map out the rest of your session if you're going to have the ability to sell or you have to resupply, what have you. So another really cool, unique part of the Motorcycle Club are the Motorcycle Club contracts. These can be single player, or as you can see in this last case with Outrider, these can be co-op missions. For that one in particular, you need multiple people. This can be driving or flying different vehicles. So really cool way to get some cash and get your friends involved as well. I always love doing these. These were boosted double cash or triple cash. I kind of forget for a while. Now I'm pretty sure that they're back to normal prices, but still a really cool thing to do. These are pretty repeating, so you will see a lot of the same names popping up over and over again. Moving on here to the garage, you can see them over next to this motorcycle. You can modify or purchase. This is a really cool opportunity. These will pop up every once in a while when you're online. You can customize the bikes to exactly what the customer is looking for, and you deliver them. If you don't take any damage, you get a nice bonus, about 60k, and a really cool way to make some money. So here as we fly over now, we're going over to the bunker, which is on the west side of the island, up the west side highway. So you can see really cool entrance. I don't like to take my car in there because sometimes it just gets a little buggy with going in and out. But the bunker is a really cool and unique business. A little bit more of a late game play, unfortunately. I wouldn't say late game because I'm not quite late game. But it is after some of the other businesses that we're going to cover next. Maybe we should have done a different order here, but we'll keep it rolling, keep you guys on your toes. So once you enter the bunker, you can run through here back over to your laptop, which is in the back. Again, it's going to pop up with a pretty similar screen with some other options that we've seen before for some of the other businesses. So we'll log in here to the Disruption Logistics. And you can see, again, a pretty similar menu with resupplies, research, selling your stock, managing staff, upgrades, and shutting it down, which we won't be doing anytime soon. But one really important thing about resupplies, which we'll touch on a little bit later, you do have an option to buy resupplies and buy more supplies, or you can steal these supplies, which are free. I would always recommend stealing just because it's always free and it's always relatively easy. It just takes a little bit of time, but overall it just adds on to that profit at the end of the day, which is what we're all looking for. And again, with in the sell tab as well, there's always going to be two different options, a close one and a further one. Sometimes this can involve multiple vehicles, so I'd always recommend, if your bar is full, always try and have a friend hop on to help you out and make things quicker and get that full price for the sale. So not a ton to go over here in the bunker. The last thing, which is a really unique part you can see here, is we can deliver the access weapons parts to any ammunition. So what you'll do, you'll just hit right on your D-pad. I have an Xbox, as you guys can see, like I talked about in the last episode, and this will randomly select an ammunition, and you will have to just deliver it there. This will be a free 50k. Usually they're within 2 or 3 miles, and it's not too bad. There are some far ones which unfortunately do stink, but these do accrue over time randomly, and you'll get a notification that your access weapon parts are ready for sale. So just a quick fun way to get some cash. If you're going through and resupplying, a great way to sort of break up the monotony and get some money out of it right away. The next two are going to be pretty key early game investments to make for your online character. So as we pull up, you can see just quite the typical Meth Lab. With the side, you can see a little picture there of where we're located on the map. Really close to my MC, which I thought was a really great idea. And allows me to travel pretty quickly back and forth. So as we go inside, you can see for this business, most of mine I have them upgraded all the way, which you guys saw in some of the clips in the buy upgrade scene. So here I do have this fully upgraded with the bright yellow. And again, this computer is where you're going to access everything. This will be in all of your businesses. You can see your stats. And here on the resupply screen was sort of what I'm talking about in terms of getting more supplies. So you can see that there's an option for buying supplies as well as stealing supplies. So I'm always going to opt to steal the supplies because they're free. Again, it only takes about 10 minutes or so, sometimes less. And that'll fill up your bar for supplies at about 1 or 2, depending on what exactly you're stealing and bringing back to your facility. I have the full security upgrade, the full staff upgrade, and the full equipment upgrade for the Meth Lab and the weed farm, which we're going to be going to here next. After this clip, it's really important to do the security upgrades because for these two businesses, the NPC police can actually come and raid your business. you'll get an alert, which is definitely an unhappy one to receive. So many times I've been just about to hop offline earlier when I was playing the game, and I get the notification that one of my businesses is being raided, and the police show up, and you essentially have to handle the police before they take out all of your supplies and reset up your business. Really just a hassle, so I always love doing the security upgrade first, as well as the equipment upgrade is really important because it'll make the most out of your supplies, and ultimately it'll give you the most value when you go to sell your products or be worth more as a result of this. So really important to get those upgrades done. I know they can be a little expensive, about $1 million each for the equipment upgrades, but really important to get those done, and ultimately you'll see the return as you continue to play. So here, the last business that we're going to be talking about is the weed farm. As you can see, I have quite the number of plants here. But again, this is the other early game option that really provides you with money-making opportunities to really advance your online career, if you'll say. So here again, you'll see the laptop will always be highlighted on your mini-map, as you can see in the bottom left of where you need to go. So again, you're going to want to go and resupply, steal those supplies. I mean, we ain't buying that. That's not how we roll. But again, I've made a lot of money off the weed and the meth farm, and those are things that allowed me to compound some of that money that I've made and invest it into things like the bunker or upgrades to my nightclub or things like my car, which definitely wasn't cheap. But I'll tell you what, it's worth every single penny. I'm not driving around on the streets anymore. May not fly as fast as you can drive, but you can go right over the mountains. And ultimately, with this snow update, everybody knows that it's tricky to drive in the snow in Los Santos when that snow comes in around the holidays. So definitely nice to be able to fly over all that stuff. And we'll go into another video about some of the stuff that I've purchased and some of the stuff that I'm working on, as well as some of the businesses more in depth. I may do some videos doing some resupplies or selling, depending on some of the stuff that and options that I have going on for those. If you guys may be interested in that, let me know in the comments. Those can definitely be pretty fun. And I have some pretty great, fun and unique videos that I'm thinking of putting out for GTA, so I'm excited to bring those to you guys here in the near future. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments. Any fun things you guys have done, I'd be happy to do any heists, or go over any questions you guys may have about GTA in general. Be happy to look into it, as well as go over any major updates or money-making opportunities that will present itself. Rockstar does do a pretty good job of updating the game, so there's usually some pretty fun and exciting things to do almost every time that you log on. I know that everybody's patiently awaiting the launch of GTA 6, which, again, like I had mentioned in the first episode, it may be looking like 2024, although GTA 5 is definitely still very much alive, online on console as well as PC, RP, stuff like that. I won't be doing any RP, but we may talk about that in another video. Here's we're in the casino. I didn't talk too much about it in the first episode, but here, as you saw, when you go up to the counter, you can take a $50 50K withdraw every time you show up, as well as a $1,000 visitors bonus. This will reset on a 24-hour basis, as well as the big wheel, a big win, 25K chips. We love to see that. You guys can see some of the options that are on the big wheel. This, again, with the money, will reset on a 24-hour clock. So it won't be a once per calendar day. It'll be on a 24-hour clock. But that was a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to doing a casino episode or something like that in the near future. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.